Hey, what's up, guys? Cliff Baise here with the Arcanum. Just here chilling on a Tuesday. Um, was just gonna start recording these videos and show you how I process my Burning Man photos. Just wanted to kind of show you how I make them clean and free from the things I don't want in there, and just kind of show you how I take out like the RVs and trucks and sometimes some people, sometimes some bikes, whatever. So in this particular photo, so we've got this girl who's got these really cool wings made of cloth. So she stopped by the camp and was wanting some photographs taken. So I definitely happily obliged. Um, and I took several of her, as you can see here. So we've got several photos. Whoa! We'll get to those later. But anyway, so we've got several of these photos, and this is the one I really like because it's got the sun shining just right over her hand, and it's a nice spread of the wings here. But there's a few things I don't like. I don't like these cars and trucks and stuff like that in here. This RV's got to go, and so I'm just going to show you a few of the things that I do, like on one of my normal Burning Man photos. So I just thought I'd bring you along and let you check out the processing. So I'm going to start with this photo, and I'm going to make it the best I can before I do any kind of like Instagram-y type treatment to it. But I may also use some of these other photos to like some of the tips of the feathers. You know how this is cut off. There's a few things I want to do. I want to straighten it out. I want to bring back these feathers here. Um, and then I want to remove this RV and this truck here and this thing here and just have the mountains in the background. And I want to extend a little bit on the left hand side. So let's just go ahead and do that. So here I open it in Bridge. I go back and forth between Bridge and Lightroom. I'm normally a Bridge user, Adobe Camera Raw um, user, but I'm starting to come around more and more to Lightroom for certain things. So, namely all the presets that people have created for them. They're a huge time saver. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of make this photo as exposed as properly as possible. I like the way this glow is starting to come through her wings there. It's awesome. Exposure. I'm just kind of go with the flow here. There's nothing, no set thing. I'm just kind of looking at just my personal preference of what I like. Okay, it's a little blue. Let's take the temperature up just a little bit. Bring some of that nice warm glow. Okay. So looks good from there. Let's take the saturation down a little bit. There we go. Okay, go ahead and open it here in Photoshop CC14. Oops. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just make the proper canvas size and the composition that I want to create with this. I know I'm just going to use this. It's not like an HDR where I have to blend exposures here and keep everything lined up. So it'll be okay to start rotating it and cropping it around just the way I want. Okay. Let's go ahead and crop this off. Rotate it how I want to. There we go. Oh, this might be easier than I thought. Okay. Save as much lag as possible there. Okay. So the first thing I normally do when I do a crop and there's extra space left over is just to see what Photoshop has in store for me. I'll select it and then do a modify, expand a few pixels. So I'm expanding by 10 pixels. And then let's just go ahead and see what it has for content aware fill. So I hit my quick key is Shift F5, so go ahead and it brings up content aware. Now this is a lot of space to fill, so I'm really not sure what it's going to do. Oh, look at that. It's getting so smart. Not so bad. This isn't so good up here at the top, but we'll take care of that, no problem. But this did pretty good, considering. Okay, sweet. Alright, so there's just a few things I'd like to do here. It's not bad. There's a couple of little crazy smudges here, but I would take care of those anyway. Let's go ahead and get going. Let's see. Just go ahead and start with my little airbrush here. Nice medium blue. Start painting that in. So truck number 1 is being eliminated. Give it some mountain type shape. Like that. Little happy mountains. Take my opacity down. And just kind of fade that color in. It doesn't have to be super like perfect, because I'm sure later on I'll be putting a filter on it, possibly a texture, so all that stuff will be covered up anyway. We're just trying to get a good solid base here. Do the same thing up here. Just brushing it in. Picking up color, brushing it in. My opacity is 20%, my flood's 100. But I change it up all the time. Sometimes it needs more. More. There we go. What truck? What truck was back there? No one will ever know. Sweet. Okay. Boom chakalaka. Alright. Cool. So, can't believe it. I wanted to really take out that whole RV, but the way the cropping wound up didn't really wind up being necessary. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Apply does provide. Okay. So let's just do this a little differently. I'm going to take my smudge tool rather than the brush. Since we got a little cloudy section here, it's not one solid color, so we're bringing in all colors. Just cleaning up the side here. I got usually at, oh, it's at 40% right now. Awesome. Okay. Let's go a little like 70% smudge. So when we took this photo, we weren't in the middle of the playa or anything. We were just outside the camp in the middle of the street. So there's lots of vehicles as you saw from the original. But now there are none. Just kind of curious here. Should I bring some of this mountain color over here a little bit more? I think so. So let me just do that real quick. I'm not sure how it really is there. But this will just be a neat little thing to, a little exercise. Okay, just copy paste it as a new layer. And then I'm going to warp it just to change up the shape. So it's not like the other one exactly. Go ahead and flip it. And then just going to erase this part. Just going to let it bleed off right out the corner right there. I always like that, with the line bleeding off the corner. Just making my brush smaller and smaller. Zoom in. Go. Now if I really wanted to get rid of that glow, I'm going to go ahead and flatten this. Command E, so you can see my layers. Flattened. And then select this. I'll do darken mode. There we go, that takes care of that glow. Okay, looking good. So really all we have to address now are the feathers. This tip right here, and then this side over here. So we've got the cars gone. I'm liking the composition. I may add a little bit more to the left and take out a little bit more to the right, but we'll see here in a minute. I'm definitely going to take her tag out. There'll be a few other touch-up type deals we'll do here as we continue. So I want to go ahead and start with just the tip of this feather here. So Content Aware didn't do such a good job. We're going to just get rid of that altogether. I'll just use my rubber stamp clone tool. Get rid of that. Well, let's do. I sometimes like to do when it's not perfect like this. Will not be. Is get it out. It still looks a little wonky, but so what I'll do then is take my patch tool and get some more texture back into it. It's more natural texture. Okay, so what I need is a feather tip. So here's a perfect one right here. Why not just use this one? So I'm just going to take the quick little lasso and copy and paste it on a new layer. And then I'm going to rotate it to fit just right. Go ahead and warp it. Oops. Good, good. And I'll hit my eraser and just clean up the edges. Make it a little darker to match. Finish up the cleanup. There we go. Give it one more transform just to perfect it. Cool. Okay. Once more. Just a little bit taller. Let me just warp it one more time till I'm happy with it. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Will anyone notice that as a new feather tip? I don't know. Maybe so. I don't think so. You will. You'll know. You'll know now. Maybe you'll start looking for these things. Okay, so this is really messed up. So I'm just gonna take it one step at a time. We'll just start with this feather. It looks good. This one is cut off, so let's go ahead and finish it out. And I can do that just by using rubber stamp. Clone tool. You flatten this image. So I was happy with the feather tips. Let's flatten it. Grab this. Like this and this. That one's done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Save as the winged wanderer. Okay, let's move on. So the next thing I need to do is worry about this feather right here. So it basically goes, oh, it's got a little cut right there. So it's going to cut down and then out. So I'm going to just do this a little differently and show us a different technique. You know, in Photoshop, there's just 1,000 ways to do one thing. Just personal preferences, really. So what I'm going to do is just cut a path, the shape of the wing, and we're going to fill it back in with the sky there. So that's the first thing I want to do, just get the sky back intact, and then we'll clone back in the rest of the wing. So in this area I want sky. Also, let's see, down, and then up. So let's go ahead and just fill this with sky too. Okay. So I've got my work path, save it, make a selection, give it a feather for sure. Okay. Now, let me just find some good sky that I want to use. It's pretty blue. Let's just do this. Just copy some of this stuff out here. And just change it up a little bit so it's not like a repeating pattern. this here in a minute. It's a little blue. There we go. I'll deselect. I'll go ahead and fix this part. And then okay, I've selected it again. This much talking I'm not used to. Okay, here we go. And then fix this part. Deselect. Rubber stamp. Just a couple of quick pops. Actually, let me be more clean about that. Cool. Okay, what's next? Let's finish this feather out. Okay. Finish this little one out first here. Make it like this one. So it comes up over the stem part like this. And then straight back. That. I'm just going to steal all this stuff from this one. I'm borrowing it. There we go. Nice tip. Okay, so here where the dark meets the light, I'm just going to reduce the opacity to like 30%. And then just fade it in. Okay, awesome. Here we go. Good enough for government work. Here we go. Let's finish this last feather and then we'll move on to some processing of this bad boy. Actually, I do want to move on. I do want to add a little to the left here. I like, you know, the composition to be not so centered. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's finish this up. I get so excited. Okay. So let's just finish this wing. It goes along the line here. And then should it go off the page there like that big one? I think it should be bigger. So let's just keep going. Let's give it a little shape. Like this. Okay. So I kind of want to repeat this shape here. See that it comes up. What I'm going to do, Okay, let's do this way. I'm just going to take all this. And then copy it and paste it. Uh-oh. Let's go off paths. We'll rotate. All right. Looking good. Let's just get these clouds back in here. Make sure I'm in the right layer. Let's go and just flatten it. It's all right. I like to live dangerously. I know I can fix anything, so no worries, mate. Oops. There we go. I do work destructively. Sorry, everybody. It's kind of a one-time, one-show go with all my works, but it seems to work out good. Yeah. Okay, that looks terrible, so let's just keep going. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and see if we can just make it the easy way. There we go. Just make it more natural. Okay. Now I know this feather doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be, like I said, processed and maybe texturized, but I do want to get the photo as perfect as possible before I do all that. So that's a lot to clone in. Let me take some of this here. Okay, so I'm just looking along this line over here. Just want to get it to go match up nicely. Cool. All right. Erase this little bit of sky. Cool. Fix this part. I know. There we go. So I think this is good. Oops. Just a little. Cool. Uh-oh, let's just fix this part. I know I'm seeing a few things. There we go. Okay. Good. It's all right. I don't know. Should I make it come out straight like that? Is this little divot distract? Do you even look up there if we didn't just did all that work? No. I think I just want to take that divot out. I don't know if it'll make that much difference, but I don't know. Let's see how that comes down. Oh yeah, that divot is supposed to be out of there. Yay. Mucho grande. Okay. Super. Save it. I want to take her tag out. That's kind of it's being annoying me this whole time. I might take this string out right here too. Maybe this one. She just does a really good job of smoothing things back out. Okay. Cool. So now our tag's gone. We got the feathers good. What do you think? String? Should the string come out? Is the string distracting away from the feathers? I think so. Since we're, since this is a tutorial on cleanup, we'll just go ahead and take care of that too. So I'll just go heavy clone stamp brush here. 100%. Which is pretty easy because of the repeating patterns we've got to work with. There we go. Just look for similarities in the garment. Let's see, this yellow string. This yellow string. We can either shorten it or it can come out. It'd be easy to take this out with the spot healing tool. Oops. Let's get rid of the string. I'm going to come back for you. There we go. Okay. This time. Cool. The string can stay. It's yellow and Just kind of a reminder of what that was. But I want to take the rest of this out. We'll leave this black string here, just because it's part of it. But let's finish this off here. %. Go back to the patch tool and select that little area where it's not smooth. Let the patch tool smooth it out. Cool. All right. Let's just give it one more quick overview of her outfit. Let's see if there's any more stuff that might need to be retouched or cleaned up. There's a little string up here. Let's just hit it real quick. Let's see. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So now it's pretty much onto the processing part. I want to give a little bit more to the left side here. So we'll take it to 27 inches. Holy moly. And then content of where that fell. You see what I do? I select a little overlap so it can have some information to choose from when it fills that in. It's pretty incredible. I love it. Okay, so it's really good. So what I normally do now is save that as one copy. So I've saved it already. And then go ahead and save, go ahead and start making some just checking stuff out with some of my filters. So the first thing I like to do, I've just got a lot of Adobe Camera Raw presets. So the first thing I'll do is look at some of those. A lot of them are from some other well-known photographers. So first thing I'll do is go filter and then camera raw filter. So just go look at some of these presets. Look at that. Whew. Already. Bam. Blueberry pie looks super awesome. And then, you just kind of go in here and just find your preference. So whatever really stands out to you. Look at that color burst. Whew, nice. I'm really just not sure where I want to take this, but once I see it, I'll know. It's nice. It's weird. I like that. I think she deserves more detail though. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Okay. Well, I wasn't super happy with any of those, so what I would do next is, since I've saved it, I would go and just go ahead and import it into Lightroom. I don't know if I do Lightroom right, but I'm just getting used to it. It's weird to me, the concept of of working on like duplicate files. I'm just not sure where they reside, or I don't know. Okay, where is it? Here we go. So now Lightroom, I've got all these other presets too, that like Trey Ratcliffe and Nicole Young and a few others, David Duchemin have created. So what I usually do is just go in and find, Trey always has amazing presets, but they're so extreme. So I'll usually pick one that I like and then just save a copy of it and bring it back in, at a transparent number, like yeah. Wow, look at that. I think that's our winner right there. Look at that thing over there. It's amazing. Whoa. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's it. So what I'll do is just kind of, I don't want to use a straight preset, so I'll make a few changes. Let's take clarity down. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Boom, chakalaka. Okay, cool. Well, I guess that worked. Last thing I do is put my little signature on it. And then I'll take it down in case it's too distracting. I always want it there. Flatten it. And then save. The Winged Wanderer. Cool. And then I'll save a low-res version for Facebook, because they don't need to be uploading 8100 pixels. Okay. Winged Wanderer low. And JPEG. But not so high. 10. It's fine. And close. Okay, cool. So that's it. Okay, so we went from, I'll show you the final edit here in just a second. Awesome. Thanks for watching.